Hello everyone, it's Kelly, and I'm here to present the second installment of predictions for 2022 channeled from Archangel Michael, approximately the months May, June, July, and August. So if you haven't taken a look at the first months of the year, you'll find that video also available on my channel. Also, before I share with everyone what Michael had to share with us, I wanted to thank everybody for your new subscribes. I appreciate that very much. If you haven't, please consider doing so if you like the content, and more of it will be coming. Also, when you tap the bell, then you'll be notified of when the new uploads are coming. Alrighty, so let's get started. Archangel Michael said, I have many ideas to share with you, dear ones, many prayers, blessings, and many types of celebrations and concepts as we look upon this year. My hope is that everyone will feel encouraged by the overview of what is being shared. Now let us begin to continue with an examination of May, June, July, and August. These particular months offer a continuation of many of the energies shared or occurring during the first quarter. This may be understood as a valuable thing. With this being said, there are other noticeable events and energies which I expect to be occurring. It is vitally important, especially during these months, to be true to oneself. There will be a last push of those in darkness to keep humanity under wraps. This may occur underground in the underground tunnels, and it may also be attempted above ground near the entrance to the inner earth. For those of you unaware, there are indeed underground tunnels all over your planet. Some were created by Christed extraterrestrial light races, and there are other tunnels that are not. Tunnels whose vibrational energy is one of betrayal and secrecy. Perhaps you are wondering what prompted the creation of these tunnels. Well, this is a complicated response that has many layers, but I will state that light races from Sirius, Andromeda, and the Pleiades were among the first benevolent light races to create their tunnels for the purpose of leveling the energies on your planet. That is one reason. Other reasons for creation known to me were to provide a hiding place from humanity, as humanity needed to develop a greater understanding of visitations from those outside of your own solar system. Other tunnels were created to house highly sensitive and highly evolved equipment, mainly from these light races, for the purpose of having underground bases in which to conduct experiments to undermine the Dark Ones and the Dark Ones' tunnels. Back to my original statement of being true to oneself during these months. Depending upon where you are and what you give your attention to, you may be intensely led to believe that your world is A, either being invaded by harmful aliens, or you may be introduced to the threat of Earth being hit by an asteroid, that was B, or C, you may be misled to believe that COVID and other deadly viruses are on the rise. None of this is truth to me. Therefore, it will take even more mindfulness during this period. Also, some of you may also feel the effects of the rising in the feminine energies springing forth. Those of you being the most sensitive may find yourselves feeling a bit moody, or as if you are floating with no real purpose as a result. Some of these energies began earlier in 2022 and will continue through 2022 and beyond. What is the rising of feminine energies? What does this mean, and why is this occurring? Again, another interesting topic with many layers of understanding. Michael continued, Are you familiar with polarities, friend, and yin and yang, male and female? As Mother Earth has stated, most of the planets in your solar system are feminine in nature. A few are masculine. Across other dimensional planes, these concepts continue. He asks, is not God, man and woman combined? Because your planet, Mother Earth, belched out the last splinters, which kept her as the dark planet for eons of time, her feminine frequency is 10 times greater now than at other times in your history. The concepts of duality must come into play for one to begin to grasp this. There are cycles, many types of cycles, as you know if you follow, for example, the moon cycles. So think of these times as a natural occurring cycle, which also represents truth coming to the surface. What truths am I speaking of? Much of your history books have been rewritten to intentionally exclude the power and significance of feminine figures in your civilization. This is one such truth. As your world enters another cycle or age, that being the Aquarian age, many male figures will allow the feminine aspects of themselves to spring forth more fully. Some of you may feel especially sleepy or dreamy during these months as a result. Encourage each other with loving kindness. Believe in yourselves as powerful beings created in the image of perfection. When you see an infraction of this emotion of love and kindness, send it love also. Another notable concept during the months outlined is the rise in consciousness. Yes, many of you may be strained and stressed and are weary of being oppressed, but you are being supported by dozens and dozens of light races, as well as the collective consciousness of Mother Earth and Father Sky. Some of you will notice that the skies which were cloudy will become clearer. Some of you will be aware that time is moving more quickly. Some of you will choose to seek refuge from the modern world by nesting with Mother Nature. If I said that the worst is behind humanity, I wonder if you will believe this to be true. Believe it or not, these months show energies of uplifting change and the return to human beings becoming liberated where they were once contained. New doors of opportunity within many sectors of business are being generated in this rising consciousness. It is important during this time to remain optimistic, to surround yourselves with others, to break free from the bonds of isolation and corruption. Do this through prayer. Do this by creating alliances. Do this through being open to change. Do this in any and all ways that touch your heart. Oh yes, being true to oneself means in essence that no matter what you are being told in the global media, much of it is still in the hands of the elite, but not for long. If something does not feel good to one's heart center, then walk away. It can be that simple. Write a love letter to yourself. That is an incredibly powerful statement of truth. Michael continues, then write one to a friend, a loved one, even a stranger in need. You see, ultimately, how a soul traverses these months successfully is a reflection on how much love they carry inside.